Hey guys, Sean Hammond with Premier Guitar. We're at Winter NAMM 2020 in Anaheim. I hope you can hear me because it's really loud. Man, this is like the loudest booth over here. Anyway, we're at 2 Rock. We got Mac here. We got Corey on guitar. Mac, tell us about what we're hearing first here. The TS1?
Yeah, so this year we decided to revamp our TS1 just a little bit. We didn't change the name. We wanted to stick with the same name because we didn't really change the circuit. We just added a full buffered tube effects loop on the back. And then we did a traditional 2 Rock layout, much like our Bloomfield or our Classic Reverb, which are our flagship amps. The TS1 just needed a little bit of a design change on the the aesthetic, and but the circuit itself is the same all the way through. And then we added the 2 buffer effects loop.
Okay, so for those who aren't really familiar with the TS1, from before, you want to just kind of give a brief rundown of that, and then we'll have Corey play a couple different sounds?
Yeah, sure. I mean, the TS1 was really supposed to be that sort of traditional overdrive special kind of amplifier, but our take on that. Yeah. And so that's why we wanted to, because it is our take and it's not a clone, we wanted to kind of change the look of it so it didn't look like a clone. Yeah. So we, the first thing we added is a FET control instead of a FET input like the other TS1 had. Something that a lot of people didn't use the FET before because you had to unplug the normal channel, plug into the FET. So we added a FET control like our other amplifiers that have the FET function. We also added the dip switches on the top.
So it's not just sorry to interrupt. So it's not just like the FET is either on or off. You can adjust the gain.
Yeah, it's foot switchable and you can adjust the gain. So you've actually got a FET knob as well for that. And then the input gain, the tone stack, lead gain, all the rest of the functions are the same. But our EQ1, EQ2 switch is basically was the rock jazz switch that was on the first TS1, but we've always called it EQ1, EQ2. So, just some of those changes, slight changes, but again, same circuit.
Gotcha. Now, how does the buffer in the effects loop differ in what are the practical differences for players? Does it allow it to be more flexible with pedal boards?
Yeah, so almost all of our effects loops are passive loops. So when you start to use time-based effects in the loop, you tend to have a little bit of impedance mismatch, and with certain time-based effects, you can really lose a lot of signal. So if you look,
you're like, wait, I thought I had way more feedback. The repeats set longer on that, but they're not.
Right. So basically, we added an on-off switch on the send and on the return, so you can turn the loop on and make it active, or turn it off and make it passive, either on the send or on the return. And we added a control as well. So whatever you have on, so if you have both on, your send and return can be controlled with a level knob on the back. Yeah.
Should we have Corey play a couple different sounds, and then we'll move to your other new amp?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Here's that FET.
Here's the FET.
Yeah. And we could change the gain of that here, so it's like a boost pedal ultimately.
How much gain does that have?
It's more of a boost than anything else. It could be kind of a clean boost, or depending on where you have the gain, you can get it to start to push a little bit harder and get it to break up with the FET as well.
Yeah, and the lead channel is super spongy and great feeling. You could add the FET to that. All foot switchable. And then the bypass is really awesome too, because it bypasses the tone stack, right? So you now have this, it gets big, and then you can of course add all 3 to that as well. I don't want to get arrested here by the NAMM police, but it's really spongy, the feeling to me that way when you kick the lead channel on with the bypass.
Is the master really only on one?
Yeah. But
thank you, because I'm right down at blast level.
But the thing is, the thing that I think can dispel a lot of issues with an amp of this wattage is that it's a gradual increase in gain, and it doesn't hurt. And I use a 100-watt amp, a 2 Rock, 100-watt Bloomfield drive all the time. Pedals are amazing with it. Really, really handles all the heavy overdrives. It doesn't really get sort of woofy in the low end like some traditional amps might. Yeah, it's really, really great.
Yeah, to add to that, a lot of people shy away from the 100-watt, bigger iron, But with our output and with our power transformers, the way we've set them, even at lower volumes, you can really still get some really nice sounds. You don't necessarily have to turn it all the way up. So shying away from a 100-watt amp because it's too loud isn't really a factor anymore. So
cool. Well, should we unplug and go check out the other one? Cool. All right, Max, so we're looking at the new silver Sterling signature, but actually forgot to ask something about the TS1. The power section is what kind of tubes again?
Yeah, so it's 6L6, and it is available with power scaling. So our 100 watts are switchable to 50, and our 40 watts are switchable to 20 if ordered in that configuration.
Okay, cool. Now this one is a different power section, right?
It is, yeah. This is 150 watt, switchable to 75.
Using...
So 6550s. Okay. Yeah.
So tell us the scoop on this one.
Yeah.
Is this a brand new model?
Well, we released it last year actually, and we're still getting orders out the door because we've just been really. I mean, our build time right now is about 6 to 8 months, so it's taken us some time to get them out the door. So it still kind of feels new to us, you know. But basically, it's sort of a re-release of the original Sterling signature that we did years and years ago. Really big, clean, punchy, full-sounding amplifier. Really made to be that really high wattage, clean amplifier. Loves to be pushed. But just like our other amplifiers, even in the higher wattages, even at lower volumes, as Corey will show you when he plays, you can really still get some good sounds out of it. So yeah,
cool.
So same foot switchable FET, input gain, tone stack, gain master, high cut and low cut filters, reverb and presence. So basically, that's it. It's just those controls with the boost on the tone stack and EQ1, EQ2 switching. So
cool. Let's hear it. Sounds nice.
And we also have a foot switch for this, so the FET is foot switchable as well as the tone stack bypass. So you have that available on the foot switch as well, just like the TS1.
Cool. Should we hear that?
So it works as a good solo boost or a clean boost, you know, depending on what you're playing and how you're using it.
Take the bypass off, you hear the high end roll back in because that tone stack is still there, where it's otherwise just kind of raw power, you know. And this is such a musical 100 watts too. It's going to make you play differently, and I say that not because it's like a magic pill, but it's really going to kind of bring out some stuff in your rig. I mean, I played it at their factory and it blew my mind, you know. And it's so powerful, you think it's going to blow you down, but it doesn't.
Awesome. Well, do you want to think of something to play us out with while I ask a couple last questions? So. The TS1 is going for how much again?
It's $43.99.
Okay,
yeah.
and then the silver Sterling signature?
I'm gonna have to.
That's too new.
I can tell you. Hold on 1 second.
Ballpark it. All right.
Here we go. $54.95.
$54.95. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Now tell people where to go online to check out stuff, and then we'll have Corey play us out, and then everyone will click subscribe too.
All right. Yeah, so you can always find us at two-rock.com, 2-rock.com.
And you guys are on the socials?
On the socials, Instagram, 2-Rock Amps on Instagram would be a good way to find us, or on Facebook. Shouldn't be hard to find. Yeah.
Coolsies. Corey, take it away.